Hello, beautiful.
Hi,
It's a pleasure to meet you. How are you today?
I'm doing awesome. How are you?
Absolutely amazing. I have to start off by saying that I am now in your club. And I'm going to tell you what I mean. So
Okay.
remember when you did the whole 50 Cent and you dressed up as 50 Cent?
Yes.
I just turned 50 last Thursday. So I'm in the club.
Oh, welcome to the club. You look amazing.
Thank you. And you do as well. I mean, I have you and other amazing Black women to look up to who are in their 50s looking, like their 30s. I mean, putting these young girls to shame. Tell me, what do you do with that skin? Because you are absolutely glowing right now. And that might have something to do with that new marriage of yours too. But
Yes. Yes. Well, you know what? Let me just say this. It was so important for me to really big up 50, turning 50, because a lot of
yeah,
people think 50 is old. 50 is not old, baby. 50 is
that's
better.
right.
When I tell you,
Yes.
I have been living my best life from 50 and on up, and I found love again. And again, going back to this glow, part of this glow is my heel, but I do take care of my skin. But I will say that he has a lot to do with it.
Yeah. And you know what? That's so true. And as a life coach, I talk about this often. I've been a life coach for over 20 years. And I talk about that beauty because, of course, your genes, your mother, your sister,
Mhm.
all amazingly stunning. But when you are happy from within, it just shines different, doesn't it?
Hey, let me tell you something. When
Mm-hmm.
you when you live your life with good intentions, and you finally are with someone who loves you and treats you the way that you want to be treated, and God is just blessing you all the time, it just hits differently. Like
It
that
does.
outer beauty can't live without inner beauty. It has to
Come
come
on
from
now.
within. And that's just how it works. Like, it really, really
Yep.
is the truth. And some of the
Yep.
most beautiful women that I've ever seen in my life are beautiful people on the inside. Truly,
Yes.
truly.
It's
Like, even
so
like,
important.
I've met Beyonce before. And
Mm-hmm.
when I tell you, Beyonce is a really beautiful person on the inside. She's a
Mm-hmm.
really nice woman. Very
See?
nice woman. Yeah.
And people don't understand that because everyone, of course, who doesn't love to get beautiful and get glammed up?
Yeah.
But all of that means nothing if you are ugly on the inside. And it sounds so
Amen.
cliche, but it's true. And I see a lot of beautiful
Oh,
women aesthetically with nasty
oh,
attitudes.
honey, coming from modeling, I've worked with some of
Mhm.
the most beautiful women in the world. Okay? The world.
Mhm. Mhm.
And I cannot tell you how many of these ladies that I thought was so beautiful. And when I met them, they were so ugly.
Yeah.
Such a bad attitude.
Yeah.
And that is crazy because it really made me look at them differently. It
Yeah.
really, really did. So, I think inner beauty really makes the outer beauty hit a little differently.
Yeah, it really does. And it's a radiance that can't be bought.
Yes.
No
Amen.
matter how much the cost. And I can
Exactly.
see that. And just
Exactly.
like you, real quick, I got remarried at 47. So
Oh.
I feel you, like getting remarried later in life,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
it's different. It's
Yeah.
different. Yeah.
Trust and believe. And I wasn't even looking to get married, but I always wanted to find love again. And I really did take a lot of time for myself after my divorce. And I was told straight up, well, what are you doing? Like, who do you think is going to want you? You're about to be 50 years old. Like,
Are you
I heard
serious,
this.
Cynthia?
Oh yes, honey. But here's the thing: I'd rather be by
Wow.
myself than be with somebody that I don't want to be with. So
That part. That
don't
whole
don't
part.
worry
That
about who
whole
don't want
entire
me.
part.
Just know that I don't want you. Okay.
Right. Right.
And I
Right. That's what it's about.
okay. Don't
Because
don't
at
worry
50,
about
you can
that because
choose. You can
hey,
choose.
you know what? I can be by myself, but God had other plans and
Yeah.
blessed me with an amazing husband. Not only a husband, but a best friend. And
Mm.
I, I prayed for love. I didn't pray for a husband. I didn't even pray for a best friend, and I got
Mm.
both. So
Mm. Look at
look
that.
at God. Hmm.
Look at God. Won't he do it every single time?
All the time, all the
But
time.
that's the thing, Cynthia. When you have to get yourself right, and a lot of these women don't know, and it's up to us to show them with our actions that you don't have to jump through hoops and do all of this stuff. Whatever God has for you, it will be. And once you get yourself together and you're not even thinking about that, God will just say, okay, she's ready.
It all starts with you. It all starts with you. And when you have that self-love, and like I said, you lead and live your life with good intentions, can't nobody keep nothing from you, because you're
right.
in a place of love. You know what I'm saying? You know, and to give back to the community. You're trying to do everything you can do to be a part of what's good, what's positive, and what what the world needs. So can't nobody block you from anything that you're gonna get when you live your life like that.
Come on now. And that's so, and that, you know what? I couldn't have said it better, because it's so true. And, you know, your voice is powerful. Your face is beautiful. And I say that to say that hopefully some of these young ladies will get that by seeing you. And I can't believe someone said, okay, at 50, you're washed up. And I want to change that narrative, just like you're doing, you know, showing people, and so many amazing women, my daughters who are in their 20s, I'm always like, look, over 50, look, over 50, look, over 50. And everybody over 50, I'm not even going, you know, this is no diss to the younger ladies, but the bodies, the face, the, you know, what they got going on is so much better. I'm just saying.
No, it's true. I mean, when you look at Angela Bassett, Halle Berry, go on and on and on.
Mary J. Blige, that body that she got going on right now, Taraji.
Yeah.
Nia Long, come on.
Nia Long. And you know what's so interesting? Because going back to my modeling career, I have so many pictures of me, you know, as a model. And I look at those photos, and I'm in my 20s, I'm in my 30s, and I thought I was killing the game.
Yeah.
When I take photos now, and I look at myself now, and I've never felt more beautiful.
Wow.
Years old than I have in my entire life, and that's coming from a model. Okay,
and that's saying something.
A lot of money. Okay, and I've never felt more beautiful than I am now. And my husband posted a selfie yesterday morning. I'm in New York City doing some press and some work stuff, and I took a picture of myself with my real hair, my lack of lashes, because I pulled them out, taking these eyelashes off the wrong way, and just no filter, anything. And I posted it. I think he actually reposted it. And I'm 54 years old. Like,
come on, Cynthia.
To see, like, you can see all of this with the wigs and lashes and all. It's important to also put out images for these young ladies to see, where they see the real. You know what I'm saying?
So true.
And well, he prefers me naturally.
Yeah.
But you know what? All the men in my life have.
Isn't that something?
They always liked, you know, me just all natural.
Yeah. And that's so true and so important. And we're definitely going to move on after that. But I'm glad that you're saying this, because it's a different kind of confidence when you become older. Like, I'll have makeup on, I might have whatever like, if I'll turn the camera on, if I'm trying to inspire somebody and something comes on, I'll come on natural. I'll come on anyway, because it's a different glow. And every time I come on just regular, everybody's like, oh my God, you look so beautiful, because it's coming from a different place. It's you get to a point where you have nothing to prove. I remember I was watching Oprah in my 30s. And remember, she had the big campaign, Oprah's On, and she had amazing women in their 50s on, and I was in my 30s, and I think it was Felicia Rashad. It was a whole bunch of different women, and they were like, yes, because when you turn 50, you don't have to worry about this, and it's a different world. And I was in my 30s, like, oh, I can't wait until I turn 50. Because it's just different.
Getting older is a luxury. A lot of people that I went to high school
aren't
alive anymore. So getting older should always be looked at as a beautiful thing. And I think age is just a number. Like, you know, I'm young at heart. I have a young spirit. I'm doing things now that I didn't even do in my 20s and 30s. I'm fearless, happy, I'm having fun. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
you turn 50, you're like, wait a minute, I don't know how much longer I got. Let me make sure your 20s and
Right.
30s, you think you have a lifetime, but you're like,
How about that?
all the things I want to do. I have a bucket list. I'm
Yeah.
always crossing things off, and I'm just living
Yeah.
my life. I'm living my life. And
Yeah. And it's so true. It's so true. I read of course, my daughters in their 20s know you from Real Housewives of Atlanta, and a lot of young women do. And I'm like, no, when you first met, I said, let me tell you about Cynthia Bailey. And I was talking about the Heavy D video, Nothing But Love, and all the stuff I would show them.
Yep.
And I'm like, she's not new to this. And a lot of young people, if they meet you, where you are, and I get that. But my daughters know Cynthia Bailey, and I love that because you really set a trail in the path for a lot of Black women. You're welcome. And people don't even realize that when they see you on Housewives. They forget about who you are and what you've accomplished in your career.
It is so true. I recently just posted an old clip of me on The Cosby Show. And
I remember.
So many people were like, oh my God, you were Shanika Watkins on The Cosby Show.
Yeah.
I remember this episode. They had no idea. And, it's interesting because I really got to sit down and do the Cynthia Bailey book one day. I just have to do it because I'm not even trying to be funny. I'd just be forgetting all the stuff that I did. Like, I forgot about that. And someone else posted, and I was like, oh, this is cool. I post this. And it got such a strong reaction. I was like, wait a minute. People really honestly have no idea of how long I've been in the game. I mean, when you talk about the Cosby Show, I'm over there with Lisa Bonet, Malcolm Jamal.
With your little, I remember your little hat. Remember your little hat you had on?
Yes, hustler.
Yes,
hustler.
right.
Yes.
And they say that about your bestie too with Kenya. And I tell people, like, people see her on there. I'm like, but y'all can say what y'all want about Miss Kenya Moore, but she's been booked. And she's been busy for many years.
Kenya's definitely been in the game.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. So it's up to us to keep the stories alive, and you should post. And it's nothing braggadocious about that. But sometimes, every now and then, Cynthia, you got to let them know.
Yeah, no, it's so true. But you know what? One of the great other things about being my age, I had a life before Instagram. There was no Instagram when I did most of the amazing things in my life, to be honest. When I was really living my best life in these New York streets, we didn't have Instagram. And I was just having that conversation with my daughter, Noelle, whose whole life, she's 21 years old now. And I was like, I really feel bad that you didn't get to see life without social media. Because we did, but girl, thank God, because some of the stuff back in the day, thank God they didn't have these camera phones and stuff. We got to live. Okay.
That's so true. That's so true. And we got to also cherish memories where we didn't have our phones in our faces. So we got to experience like the real deal. But speaking about Noelle, she's just such a beautiful mixture of you and her dad. And she seems like she's well adjusted, and you all give her space to kind of find herself and to grow. And
absolutely.
I think that's so important for parents to back out the way sometimes and allow them to just fly however they fly.
You have to listen. I can do everything in the world for Noelle, but I cannot live her life for her. She got to do that. She got to find her own way. And I am so proud of her. She's been living out in Los Angeles for a couple of years now. And she figured it out. She was at, you guys saw her on Housewife Leave to go off to college for her first year. She only stayed a year. It didn't work out for her. It was not for her. College is not for everyone. And that's just what it is. I didn't go to college. I'm not knocking it, but I did okay. And I would never push that on anyone. You know what I'm saying? I just wouldn't. If it's for you, go. If it's not, then, start a business, do something else. Because that's pretty much what I did. And I think that I remember having that conversation with her, because I remember like popping up on her just to go visit her. And, you know your child. I don't know if you have children, but if you
I have two daughters in their 20s.
Okay. Well, when your child ain't right. So I remember popping up on her, going to her apartment, and the blinds were down. It just didn't look like a happy space. And, I ended up having a conversation with her, and I was like, what's going on? And, she was like, no, I'm fine. Nothing. I was like, Noelle, you're literally sitting here in the dark. Like, I thought I was going to have to worry about my child being out, thotting around, not all the parties, drinking,
Right.
doing whatever. And she literally wasn't going anywhere. Like, she was
Yeah.
just,
Oh.
and that really crushed me, because I had to find out what was happening with her. And, we
Yeah.
don't talk about, I don't throw the word depression around a lot, but she does
Yeah.
have anxiety, but just
Yeah.
mental health in general is something Black
Yeah.
people need to talk about a lot more, especially young
Yeah.
Black people. But anyway, long story short, it just wasn't for her. It wasn't for her. And she pretty much made that choice because she felt like we wanted her to go to college. And,
Yeah.
of course we want to, everybody want their kid to go to college, but hell, if you don't want
Yeah.
to go and you're going to be
Right.
depressed, I'd rather have
Right.
a happy kid that ain't in college than have a depressed one that is, like, or
That's right.
someone who is just not, flourishing in that
Yeah.
space. So anyway, yeah, that like tore me apart, because like at the end of the day, you just want to support your kids, and you want
Mhm.
them to be happy, and you want to, pray that, you have to pray they find their way. And when
Yeah.
you see red flags and things like are kind of like, don't seem right, you have to
Yeah.
keep that, be able to communicate with them and have those conversations. I don't even
Yeah. It's
and all that, but anyway, it was
no,
good
but
stuff.
that's so no, it's so true. And I'm an advocate for mental health. I talk
Hmm.
about it on my platforms, whether I'm on the stage, on or talk show, podcast,
Hmm.
whatever. I really try to get that word out with mental health. It's
Yes.
so important because people are not really concerned like they are with physical health. They're like, make sure you
Hmm.
get your checkups, make sure you get, everything when
Hmm.
it comes to the physical health, but no one's checking in emotionally and mentally. So
Right.
I'm glad that you recognize that with your child, and I think that's so important because a lot of times things like that go, missed,
Oh
and
yeah.
then later it plays out in different ways in their lives. And just to know
100%.
that, yeah, and just to know that she had
Yeah.
your
And
support and
now I
saying, you
go
know
out
what, if
there.
this ain't for you,
Yeah. Hey, please, like, girl, do what you want to do. Live your life. I can't do
yeah,
that for you. And
yeah,
now, when I go visit her in LA, she's got her own place. She's doing extremely well as an
yeah,
influencer, which she loved. And that's a lot of work, because she took me
yeah,
to Jamaica for my birthday, and she had to do all this stuff for some brand that she was shooting for. And
yeah,
I was like her little sidekick. I was like, holding the camera bag and hauling the clothes and stuff. I was like, I'm glad I got some businesses, and I got a job, because this is a lot of work, when you really do
right,
it.
right,
And but that was like my first time really, having the opportunity to see her really in action. And she had made a, had a partnership with the hotel, everything. Like, she surprised me. I was like, this is all
wow.
right here. Like, my child took
She's
me on
making her own
vacation.
coin,
I didn't
doing
have to
her
pull out
thing.
my American Express for nothing. Okay. I was like, that's what I'm talking about. This is what
Yes,
I'm talking about. And she's also
yes,
starting her acting career. Her dad is an actor.
yeah,
That's something that's been in her blood forever. We've
hmm,
always kind of wanted to push her toward that, but
yeah,
she didn't want to do it till she wanted to do it, and now she's
yeah.
exploring that. So y'all keep Noelle in prayer. She's doing her thing. She's doing her thing.
Absolutely. And I love to see, you and her dad. For those that don't know, Leon is her dad, with the one name, but Robinson.
David Ruffin.
But it's all right. Nobody will ever, he just does those roles so well that people start to think that that's him. But you all just being great role models for her to just flourish and do her thing. And I think that's so important. I can't stress that enough for children to be able to, especially, I'm sure it has to be difficult for her with two known parents. And then she's out there trying to figure it out. That has
Yeah,
to be difficult. I
you
can't
know
even
what? I
imagine.
didn't even think about that until she brought it up. She really wants her own identity. And when
Hmm.
you are the child of two people on TV, you
Yeah.
kind of get lost. And to be in
Yeah.
Cynthia Bailey's daughter, and Leon,
Hmm.
Leon's child, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So she really, really wants to just be Noelle. She
Yeah.
don't want to be that connected to us, actually. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? She
Yeah.
wants to just, have her own story. Her journey is
Yeah.
her journey. So, yeah, but I never thought about that, because, I hadn't been famous my whole life. So
Right,
I
right.
forget sometimes. I'm like, oh, wait a
Yes.
minute. Okay, yeah, I am Cynthia Bailey from wherever.
But that says a
Housewives.
lot about you. But that says a lot about you, that you're comfortable in your skin, and you don't use, even though you have a lot of receipts, you don't have to pull them out, and you just
Okay.
I don't want to say a regular person because that sounds crazy, but
Yeah.
you are. You know what I mean? You're just a person at the end of the day, and I think a lot of people
Amen.
need to realize that you experience some of the things that everyone, you just do it a little more beautifully. You
Well,
look more
thank you so
beautiful when
much.
you do it.
Thank you
Yes,
so much. And I think that's why a lot of people really like me and gravitate toward me on the show, because I'm relatable. I'm really down to
mhm,
earth. I mean, I could be doing
mhm,
the most. I could have came
mhm,
on here doing the most. You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
But it's just not
mhm,
me. And I
mhm.
couldn't become that person on a reality show because it's not my reality. I'm Cynthia.
Come
I'm
on.
down to earth. I'm a pretty cool person. I try
Yes.
to be a nice person. Now, if you come for me, 50 Cent will come
Right.
for you. Okay?
Right.
But you got
Right.
to go get 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying?
Girl. Yes. For my daughter, I have a daughter, Aaliyah and Amara, but for my daughter, Aaliyah, you have to say child, because she loves when you say, because I'm like, because she's real. I said, this is our generation. That's how we talk. When
I
you be like,
know.
child,
I
I said,
know.
I love it.
I know. I
It's
have so
just
many people
so,
saying child is crazy, but it's true. And
hmm
that's me, that's my Alabama upbringing and everything. And I remember, just being in New York. I moved here when I was 18 years old. And, I had a really thick Southern accent
hmm
then. And, I was just dressed country, didn't know what was going on. And first time on the airplane, the whole thing. And I remember, like, making friends here. And I would always, I had them like, child this and child. I was like, child, when we go get some to eat? Child this. And
right,
I just had all these New York people childing out here. And it's
right.
funny because I kind of carried over, it's just part of my personality, carried over to the show. So we say it on the show and, whatever. But
But that's what we
hey,
love about you, Cynthia. But I
well,
know
thank
you don't
you.
have much time. You're welcome. I know you don't have much time. I can sit here and talk to you
I know, right? I
forever.
forgot we were doing an interview.
I know. I know. That's because, this is just who you are. And that's why, I mean,
Mhm.
everybody on here, the feed, everyone loves you, because at the end of the day, if you mess up on TV, if you make a
Mhm.
mistake, or if you just really walk in your truth and show who you are,
Mhm.
whether they like it or love it, they
Mhm.
always respect that about you,
Oh,
because
thank
you
you.
keep it real. And thank you. You're welcome. And
Mhm.
that's so important. And that's what people love. People are like, don't ever leave Housewives. Don't ever. But
Oh,
you are an entrepreneur. You are a
yes.
I don't want to say former model, because even your regular pictures look
Yeah, I still got a
model-esque.
little bit left. Now I'm
Right,
still
you
waiting on the
do.
phone call. I can do
You
some
do.
older modeling now.
I
You know.
remember when you and Eva were doing the modeling challenge, and I was like, "Come on, Cynthia!" I was like, "Represent!" And it's like, don't try to play the old gals. Don't try to
Okay.
do that.
Look, I had to do that for the old school. I was like, you
Right,
are my girl now, okay? That's my dog
girl,
right there. But I was like, you ain't gonna beat me in this modeling challenge now. You can beat me in something
girl.
else, but you ain't gonna win this one, boo.
I know that's right. When my daughter called me in, she was like, your girl. And I was like, all right, give it to him, Cynthia. Give it to
Hey,
him.
I came on, honey. I channeled my inner Iman, Tyra,
Come
and
on.
Naomi. That day, I
Come
was
on.
like, oh, we're
Come
coming
on.
through. I'm coming on
Come
through.
on now. Come on. But we're talking about this sisterhood love, and I
Yes,
jotted some things down because I want to make sure last year you did an empowerment tour with Seagram's,
I did.
which I
Yes.
thought was fantastic, because life coach, I'm all about
Mm-hmm.
empowerment. And that's one of the brands that are exclusive to women, and not many
Mm-hmm.
brands are like that. How
Mm-hmm.
did you start that partnership with them?
Well, you know what? I was lucky enough for them to actually reach out to my agent and just express interest in me. And at the time, they were like, hey, we're interested in doing a signature cocktail with Cynthia. And I was like, absolutely. I mean, honey, I'm a housewife. First of all, this is already a good partnership. Y'all make drinks, and I like a good drink. You know what I'm saying? Because after being on this show for over 11 years, Mama
Girl.
definitely appreciates some time to decompress. So anyway, they reached out, and it ended up being such an amazing partnership for me, because they really took me in. Seagram's
Mhm.
Escapes, Seagram's in general is just a very female focused company.
Mhm.
Very big on women's empowerment, and
Mhm.
that's my whole thing. I keynote speak all the time at different conferences just talking to women, just, trying to give them some inspiration and motivation, because no matter how successful you are or how accomplished you are, you still just need to be inspired. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wake up some days, I don't wake up every day wanting to, do the WAP. You know what I'm saying? Some days
wait, you see, this is what I love about you. Said do the WAP. Come on now.
I don't wake up every day wanting to do the WAP. It's just what it is. Some days I wake up and I'm like overwhelmed. I'm like, oh my God, I got so much going on. I have to keep my own self inspired and motivated. And what I love about Seagram's is, they took me in and gave me the opportunity to not only create, and I was a part of, all of the creative, and still am. This signature cocktail, my Peach Bellini, which you guys got a chance to see on the show, the launch, a little drama with that, but we ain't gonna get into all that. But anyway, it's a damn good drink, as you guys can see. We're all lit, okay? And it's been an amazing partnership, because what has happened, I've gone from having my signature drink with them, my Peach Bellini, to now being the brand ambassador of the entire Seagram Escapes line. See how you see what God did? They put me in one place, and I done turned that into 2 or 3 other positions. You know what I'm saying? Now. But see, that's what happens when you let a boss through the door. You let me in the room. I'm like, okay, let me in the room. You don't have to give me anything. Just put me in the room. Right.
Put me in the room, and I'll do the rest, and I'll let God do what He does. That's right. Come on now. That's a word. That right there. That's a whole word.
Listening. I hope they are listening on here today, because I woke up and I woke up in a different kind of way today. I was like, you know what? I'm happy. I feel full. I'm back in New York City. This was where I first realized, I was a hustler and I was a boss. Come on. And the world is open back up now, and it just feels good, and I felt the pandemic was such a great opportunity to reboot and reset and re-strategize and just be grateful for all the things that you have going on. And, I'm grateful for this partnership with Seagram's, because they took a Black woman and gave her an opportunity to do business with them. You know what I'm saying? And my drink is like one of the top sellers.
Of course.
The empowerment tours, we had to shut down because of COVID, but hopefully we're going to be getting back on the road soon. We've been doing virtual tours, but it's just not the same. I really miss, connecting with my fans. Like, we would go to different cities, and I enjoyed touching folks and hugging folks and getting on FaceTime with mama and grandmama and all the stuff.
Of course. Before. You know how we do.
Now I'm going to have to just make sure we got the hand sanitizers on deck and all that stuff. But I do miss it. I do miss all of that stuff. So, shout out to Seagram's for just not only empowering Black women, but just women, just giving women a shot, because we work hard.
Yeah. Talk about the Italian ice, because I know that's something new. I've been seeing a lot about that.
Yes. It's one of their many delicious drinks. Basically, the Italian ice is, they have a number of different flavors. I love the red, white, and blue. We just celebrated, Lord have mercy, I'm drawing a blank. We just celebrated, it was national holiday now.
Juneteenth.
Now, Lord have mercy. We just celebrated Juneteenth, and that was amazing. I'm so excited. That's going to be a holiday, a national holiday.
Yes, me too. Me too.
Well deserved. Long time coming for that.
Independence.
And we also, we have 4th of July coming up and all of that. We can appreciate, all of that too, because, a lot of people get a day off and all that. But anyway, red, white, and blue slush is, we have like the different flavor drinks you can create, like, these different little, for the moment, for like little summer drinks. It's really tasty. It's really tasty. They have like, like I said, you have to go to Seagram's Escapes to get all the different recipes. If you guys are not following them on Instagram, follow them. But what my favorite is, what I love, is actually going back to my Peach Bellini, the Peach Sparkler, because this is really simple. You can have it alone. It has about 8% alcohol, or ice, or you can kind of freeze it a little bit and make it kind of like a slush. Or you can just add some vodka to that thing, honey, and glare it up. Okay?
Glare it up.
Layer it on up, the Peach Sparkler. And that's one of my go-tos, I have to say, because sometimes that 8% just ain't enough.
So you need to hike it up.
Throw some of that good old Tito's in there, you know what I'm saying? With some ice at Lake Bailey on the hill. But yeah,
come on now.
I'm keeping it 100. I'm telling you, I woke up
as always. Okay. now.
some kind of way. Sometimes you have to, you wake up and you remember who you are. I'm like, I gotta remember who I am. You know what I'm saying? Because I tell you, I be forgetting, girl. I'm over here working
Come
so
on.
hard. I
Come on.
forget.
But let them know, because you know what? You know, everybody on here knows exactly who you are. And the babies don't know. Like you said, when you replaced Shaniqua on the Cosby Show, a good friend of mine I grew up with, he was on there as well. But to just you being who you are, it's easy to forget because your resume is quite lengthy. And a lot of people don't know, and you are on the Housewives. So everyone is asking, will you continue to come back to the Housewives? They
Oh,
wanted me to ask you that.
I 100% would always want the option. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
come
You know,
on.
the way the housewife gig works is, you know, we every year either you're invited back or you know, you may not want to come back, whatever it is, whatever your situation is. But you know, you always want to have the option. So of course I always want to have the option. And you know, right now we're not currently filming at the moment. So, you know, I had some time to like think about, you know, which direction I want to go. They have time to figure out what they want to do with the show. Like, oh, that's bigger than me. Like, I'm like, look, just tell me, you know, do I have the option to come back or not? If I do, let me think about it and figure it out like I do every year. It's been 11 years now, so I've had a hell of a run. Lord have mercy. You know, I can't even believe it's been that long. And, you know, here's the thing, whether I do or not, I'm still going to be working somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
That'll be the next part of the journey. If I'm not on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, you can best believe these cheekbones will be on TV doing something else.
Come on now.
You have not seen the last of these cheekbones.
Come on. Come on. And they're just amazing. And it's so, I love the fact that you rebranded yourself and you use this vehicle to create so many other, you know, monetary successes. And I think a lot of people forget that you are a businesswoman and you are strategic, and you're going to take that moment not to just be a housewife, even though there's nothing wrong with that. And now that you are actually a wife again, but you are using, exactly. You're using your platform to make other coins. Can you just real quick, I know you got to go, but real quick, can you just for a minute, just give a word to someone on here who may have one opportunity, who they think it's just for one opportunity, and then all of these, if they play it right, like you said, just let you in the room. Can you talk just more about that, just to inspire someone out there?
Of course. Listen, the Housewife platform has been incredible. But from the moment I decided to be a part of that cast, I knew that I wanted to also use the platform for, you know, to promote businesses. I started my first business as soon as I got on there. And you guys know we were already having financial problems like out the gate. You guys, y'all saw the show. You know, I came on season 3. Pretty much I got married the first season, second season, things just started falling apart, you know, financially.
I'm glad you're talking about that. It's so important.
Oh yeah, because it's real. It really happened. It's a story. You know what I'm saying? So, but no matter what, whatever money I had, I made it my mission to start a business of some kind every season that I've been on this show. And my first business was the Bailey Agency School of Fashion. Now we got so many Bailey stuff. We got the Bailey wine cellar, we got the Lake Bailey,
Bailey,
everything. Cynthia Bailey eyewear. You know, I really built a brand. And to your point, really just taking one opportunity and turning it into 20 other ones is the key.
Come on.
You can't just sit over here and just be, you know, fussing back and forth with folks and ain't really thinking about, you know, keep your eye on the prize. You better talk to Candy Burris. You know what I'm saying? You can't make a business out of anything. You throw some shade at her. Honey, she turned a shade tree into a money tree. And that's why she's my girl. Okay? So
she's a hustler.
So, you know, with that said, I am beyond, you know, grateful to Bravo and NBC for the opportunity to be on this television, because I was known as Cynthia Bailey, you know, mostly known from the fashion industry, but I was not a household name. These folks have made me famous.
Come on now, Cynthia.
When I tell you, I am in Soho right now. If I walk 2 blocks, at least 30 people gonna recognize me.
Oh, of course.
Say hello. You know what I'm saying? That's power. And you know, it's up to me to be able, you know, to decide how I want to use that celebrity. And, you know, I always try to put really positive things out there. This is who I am. And, you know, I have a lot of other things coming, you know, a lot of other things, coming up that I can't really talk to you
Yes.
guys about. You know, I did do the mashup show, another Bravo Peacock show that's
Yes.
coming up with some of the other housewives from different franchises, and 50 Cent had to come out on that a little bit, but y'all stay tuned.
We
Keep
love
me in
50
prayer.
Cent. We love 50 Cent.
Ooh, but 50
Because
Cent
every
really,
now and then you gotta bring out
hey,
that alter ego.
I had to let them know they didn't know who 50 Cent was. I had to make an introduction. I had to make this is introducing 50 Cent. 50 Cent just landed in Turks and Caicos. You know what I'm saying? So, but
I
anyway,
love it.
but you know, God is good. And you know, one of my favorite Bible verses is, not my will, God's will be done. I
Yes.
don't live in fear.
Yes,
You know,
Cynthia.
when one door closes, another one opens, and if it don't
Come
open,
on.
I'm gonna go
And
open it up.
right, or there's always a window. There's always a window that's cracked just a little bit.
There's a window, I can climb through the window. You know what I'm saying? You know, I had
Right.
a very successful career before Housewives, so you best
Come on.
believe, as much as I did on the show, I will be fine after. So
That's
God is
right.
good. And I'm looking forward to doing, you know, I enjoy being on television, but it doesn't
Yeah.
always have to be in this capacity. So I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to, you know, doing other things with Bravo and NBC.
Yeah.
You know, I have a great relationship with the network. My
So
daughter and I
important.
just did an amazing Dove commercial with Bravo that I love. It's one of the things I'm really proud of, because it goes back to that whole confidence building and self-esteem and being yourself and all of
Dove
that.
is great
Because, you
for
know,
that.
yes, and that it was just really powerful to see, you know, a 21-year-old and a 54-year-old have that conversation about
Yeah.
self-esteem. So I'm good over here. We good, we
Yeah.
covered, and we are blessed.
Yes. And one question I gotta ask you this. I gotta be just a teeny bit messy. Will you be a bride? Would you be a bridesmaid at Portia's wedding? I just want to know.
Well, child, Portia has unfollowed me, so I probably ain't gonna be invited to the wedding, let
Oh,
alone a bridesmaid.
Lord, Lord have mercy, Lord have
But today is
mercy.
Portia's birthday. Shout out
Happy
to Portia's
birthday!
40th birthday. Happy birthday,
Yes,
Portia. I know you
happy
unfollowed me,
birthday.
child, but I want to wish you a very, very happy birthday. 40 is a big one. 40 is a big one.
Yeah,
So I hope she is somewhere living her best life today.
happy 40th birthday.
I don't
You
want to
know,
rush you, but I got to jump off and
no,
do a
I'm
Zoom. This was so much
yep.
fun.
Yes, it was. Thank you so much, everybody. Cynthia Bailey. Make sure you support her and follow her with everything that she does. You all love her. I love her as well.
Yes, and
Thank you
if you're
so
in
much for
Atlanta, make
joining
sure you
me.
guys come to the Bailey Wine Cellar. We are fully open, back for business. So come through.
Absolutely. Sheen Talk, Kendell Lenice. God bless everyone. Thank you
All
for
right.
watching. Bye, Cynthia.
All right.
Back
Bye.
at you.
Thank you so
Bye.
much. Bye-bye.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.